Have you ever thought your dinner could be illegal? In a world where chewing gum can get you in trouble and a candy egg might not be allowed, we're diving into the craziness of food laws around the world. Yes, you heard right. Get ready, food lovers, as we go on a trip around the globe to find bizarre food laws so weird you'll think we made them up. But we didn't. Welcome, food fans and adventure seekers. Today we're serving up a big plate of the world's most surprising and mind-boggling food laws. So, get your forks ready, and let's jump in. If you're enjoying the video and want to dive deeper into the world of the weird and wonderful food laws, don't forget to like and subscribe. Picture this, you're in a French school cafeteria and there's no ketchup. Yes, you heard that right. Let's delve into the intriguing world of French food laws. Imagine a world where your crispy golden fries are devoid of that tangy, sweet tomato condiment we all know and love. In France, a law has been passed that bans the use of ketchup in school cafeterias. Why, you ask? It's all in the name of preserving the authenticity and cultural significance of French cuisine. This might seem a bit extreme, but food in France is more than just a meal. It's a deep-rooted part of their cultural heritage. The French believe that introducing foreign condiments like ketchup could potentially erode the appreciation for their traditional dishes. It's an interesting perspective, isn't it? So next time you're in France, remember to leave your ketchup bottle at home. Next, we're off to Switzerland, where lobsters breathe a sigh of relief. In a bold move that shook the culinary world, Switzerland has outlawed the practice of boiling lobsters alive, a common method used worldwide in preparing lobster dishes. This quirky law, enacted in 2018, was driven by a growing concern for animal welfare, specifically the pain lobsters may endure when plunged into boiling water. So, if you're a lobster in Switzerland, you're in luck. The Swiss government now requires that lobsters be stunned before being boiled. This may be done electrically or mechanically, but the goal is to minimize any potential suffering. The move has sparked debates among chefs, animal rights activists, and scientists worldwide. It's a fascinating reminder of the ethical implications that can arise in food preparation. Switzerland is making a statement that being humane isn't just for land animals. So, the next time you're in Switzerland and fancy a lobster dinner, remember the mantra, no pain, no boil. Remember, in Switzerland it's all about treating your lobster with kindness. Fancy a chewy treat in Singapore? Think twice. Now imagine strolling down the street, your mouth craving that minty chewy sensation of a stick of gum. But alas, you're in Singapore, where selling chewing gum is a strict no-no. This might seem like an overstretch, but it's all part of the city-state's relentless pursuit of cleanliness and order. You see, back in the early 90s, Singapore decided to put a stop to the sticky situation of used gum being disposed of indiscriminately. The solution? A ban on selling gum, with exceptions for therapeutic dental or nicotine gum, which can only be purchased from a pharmacist or registered health professional. And if you're thinking of smuggling in your favorite pack of gum, brace yourself for hefty fines that could go up to thousands of dollars. So the next time you're packing for a trip to Singapore, leave your gum at home. Because in Singapore, cleanliness isn't just next to godliness, it's law. Now let's take a flight to Japan, where staying slim isn't just a health recommendation, it's a requirement. In the land of sushi and sake, Japan has a rather unique law called the Metabo Law. This legislation insists that citizens aged between 40 and 74 must maintain a waistline of no more than 33.5 inches for men, and 35.5 inches for women. Yes, you heard it right. This is no fashion statement, but a serious attempt to combat obesity and its associated health risks. If you're wondering about enforcement, well, annual checkups are the norm. And if citizens fail to meet the waistline criteria, they are obliged to attend health guidance sessions. Quite a unique approach, wouldn't you say? This law reflects a deep cultural value of health and longevity, and a proactive approach to public health. In Japan, it's not just about looking good, it's about living good. Fancy a Kinder Surprise egg in the USA? Well, you're in for a surprise. In a country that loves its chocolate, there's a peculiar rule that forbids these sweet treats. Kinder Surprise eggs, those delightful chocolate eggs with a toy inside, are banned in the United States. This ban dates back to the 1930s when the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act was passed. This act prohibits the sale of any candy that has a toy or trinket embedded within it. The concern? Choking hazards. It's a law that prioritizes safety, especially for our young chocolate enthusiasts. It might seem peculiar to some, especially when you consider that these eggs are sold freely in many other parts of the world. But in the US, safety trumps the sweet surprise. So if you're craving a Kinder Surprise in the USA, you might just have to settle for a regular chocolate egg. Let's now take a trip back to the island nation of Singapore. Here, you'll find a law that pertains not to what you eat, but what you carry with you. In Singapore, there's one fruit that's not welcome on public transport: the durian. Known as the king of fruits, durian is famous for its unique taste but infamous for its strong, pungent smell. And by strong, we mean really strong, so much so that it's banned on public transport. Signs are posted in buses, trains, and even in taxicabs to remind passengers of this rule. This law may seem peculiar to some, but it reflects Singapore's commitment to public comfort in shared spaces. The strong smell of durian can be overwhelming and unpleasant for many, and thus, it's considered courteous to avoid consuming or carrying this fruit in public spaces. So if you're in Singapore and have a craving for durian, remember to leave your fruity friend at home before you hop on the bus or train. It's not just about what you eat, but where you eat it too. Let's hop on a plane from Singapore and land back in the bustling city of New York. You might be used to shaking salt onto your meals, but in the Big Apple, you might have to ask for it. You see, New York has a law requiring chain restaurants to warn customers about high-sodium items. Those heart-shaped symbols you see next to some dishes on the menu aren't there just for decoration. They're an indication that the dish contains more than the daily recommended intake of sodium. This law aims to promote healthier eating habits and reduce the risk of heart disease, a leading cause of death in the United States. It's a step towards transparency in food establishments, making sure that customers are aware of what they're putting into their bodies. So the next time you're in New York and you see that heart symbol on the menu, remember, it's all about making informed food choices. Don't forget, it's not just about what you eat, but also how much of it you consume. Jetting off from New York, let's land back in the land of the rising sun, Japan. You might think grabbing a snack on the go is a common sight, but in Japan it's a different story. While it's not a law, it's a cultural norm to avoid eating while walking. It's seen as a sign of rudeness and a lack of self-discipline. The Japanese believe in mindfulness and respect for food, so taking your time to eat and enjoy your meal is considered important. To them, food isn't just about filling up your stomach, it's about appreciating every bite and every flavor. So when you're in Japan, remember to take a seat before you take a bite. It's not just about the food, it's about the experience, the respect, and the mindfulness that comes with it. So the next time you're in Japan, remember, it's not just about what you eat, but also how you eat it. Taking a quick trip from Japan, we're now in the vibrant country of Thailand. But before you toast to your favorite candidate, remember this. In Thailand, you can't wash down your vote with a cold one. That's right. The sale of alcohol is strictly prohibited on election day. This law is put in place to prevent any disorder and to ensure a peaceful and sober voting process. It's a unique blend of politics and food regulation that you might not see anywhere else. So if you're in Thailand on election day, remember, it's all about sober voting. No cheers, no beers, just clear minds making important decisions. So the next time you're in Thailand, remember, it's not just about who you vote for, but also how you celebrate it. Leaving the tropical climes of Thailand, we're now headed back to the land of the free and the home of the brave. Yes, we're talking about the United States of America. But did you know there's a bizarre ban on a particular Scottish delicacy here? Yes, folks, we're talking about haggis. This traditional Scottish dish made from sheep's heart, liver, and lungs has been banned in the United States since 1971. The reason? The US Food and Drug Administration doesn't allow sheep's lung in food products. So if you've got a craving for this unique dish, you'll have to travel to Scotland to get your fix. It's another example of how food laws can vary incredibly from one country to another. So the next time you're in the USA, remember it's all about burgers, fries, and apple pies, but definitely no haggis. If you've enjoyed this tasty trip into the laws that shape our eating experiences, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Your support helps us serve up more content that feeds your curiosity and leaves you hungry for more. Until next time, keep your forks ready, your minds open, and remember, in the vast world of there's always more to chew on.